Hey everyone, Liam here and welcome to this match preview prediction between Holger Rune and Carlos Alcaraz in the final of the Barcelona Open. Let's get into it. Before we get into the video, as always, if you enjoy the content on the channel, please like and subscribe. It really helps us grow the quality shot tennis community. Well, we've got a matchup that, if you would have said 2 years ago, 3 years ago, seeing this matchup in a final was always going to be an exciting thing, and it is an exciting thing. But obviously, these players have sort of had different trajectories so far in their career, and it's quite clear that Carlos has performed at a much, much, much higher level than Holger has over the last few years. Holger hasn't really lived up to the hype or the expectations that have been on him, but that's also something that you could say he set of himself, saying, the next big three is him, Yannick and Carlos, but also the media's hyped it up quite a bit. So it's sort of you can't really blame him for not living up to what people that aren't him have been hyping up for. But it's great to see that he's, albeit he's been struggling, so far this year in a fair few tournaments with injuries or illness and bugs. Here in Barcelona, he seems to have sort of found his rhythm, and he's had a very good run so far, reaching the semis, playing Hachinov, and really just controlling that match from start to finish against Karen. He will know that his last clay court final was Rome of 2023, and this is an opportunity for him to go into Madrid and into Rome with a lot of confidence on his back, even if he doesn't win this final. That okay, I'm getting back to the level that I need to be. Hopefully, I can continue building on this for the rest of the season, and hope now I'm back. He's back in the top 10 now, so it's it's little steps at a time. It's not everything all at once. It's little steps at a time. So it's something that's important for him, and I feel what better opportunity to test your level against Carlos Alcaraz. I mean, of course, Alcaraz has been playing lights out tennis. He won Monte Carlo, now obviously in the final here in Barcelona, looking to win the title again. And the way he won his semi-final match against Arthur Fils just showed what I said in my prediction video for that match is, of course, both of those players have different mentalities coming into that match. Arthur Fils' mentality going into that match was, I nearly beat Carlos in Monte Carlo, I just need to up the ante and make sure that I close my chances out and convert these break points, etc., etc. But also on Arthur Fils' side, it's how much mental scarring was there from that defeat in Monte Carlo. Of course, you were so close to beating Carlos. You had love 40, you were up a break in the third, but losing that match in that way also puts a lot of scar tissue in your brain in terms of, okay, maybe I just can't beat this guy. And I feel like that's what it felt like watching that match. I felt, he didn't really know what to do anymore, and he sort of lost his way a little bit more mentally than anything, and that sort of then affected his game. Carlos obviously just knew that because he won that match in Monte Carlo, having to sort of struggle his way through it, he just needed to be a little bit more composed, a little bit less error prone, and up his level an extra 10% in terms of consistency and just making sure he doesn't really give too many free points away. He did exactly that. That's all he needed to do, and he won the match in straight sets, and in dominant straight sets, I would say. Coming into this match, the head-to-head is 2-1 for Carlos. The one win for Holger was in I believe it was in Basel, in an indoor hard court tournament when Carlos obviously was still trying to figure out his way on those indoor hard courts. He probably still is, to be quite honest. It's still quite early. Obviously, he won Rotterdam earlier this year, but when we get to the later stages at the end of the season, we'll have to see how he performs. Carlos had to retire in the tiebreak in the second set. He did lose the first, so Holger did play very well, and he was winning the match. But then, obviously, they met at Wimbledon in the quarterfinals, and Carlos won that match in straight sets. I think coming into this one, the performances that Carlos has been putting up lately just don't indicate anything else to me other than Carlos winning this match in straights. He's been extremely solid from every aspect: serve, forehand, backhand, drop shots, movement, just really toying with his opponents. So I think Holger, he will use this. Holger should come into this match with an open mind of saying, okay, I've got nothing to lose here. I've got nothing to lose. Let me go out there. Let me swing freely. Let me just fill my game and not, if I lose, I lose. I don't think he will. I think he's going to come in with a lot of expectations of himself, because every person will, in terms of, someone who wants to be great, will want to, have a lot of expectations from themselves. But I think he needs to be a little bit calmer coming into this one. We'll see how it goes. But in any case, I think Carlos wins it. If Holger plays some great tennis and sort of shows us his 2023 level, or the level that won in Paris against Novak Djokovic, that Holger can definitely take this match extremely far and sort of make it really tight. But I think if he isn't, and he sort of loses his mental aspect a little bit, Carlos will win this match in straight sets. And that's my prediction for that one.